This is Camazon's $29 60% keyboard. This keyboard is actually hot swappable. Yes, for only $29 it is hot swappable. It comes with a detachable USB Type-C cable and is 60%, which means it has just 61 keys. This design was created to save more space and be easily portable. This keyboard comes with linear red switches and has an N key rollover feature. This means that all keys non-conflict and it allows multiple keys to work simultaneously with high speed. Camazon's 60% keyboard has a powder blue backlight with multiple color modes. Let's give you guys a quick sound test. So for $29, you're getting a pretty good keyboard, but let's make it 10 times better. So here is our keyboard, and now what we're going to go ahead and do is remove the keycaps. So here's my little toolbox. I'm just going to grab my keycap remover. Okay, so now all you're going to do is try and get both sides under a cap and just pull. We're going to go ahead and do one more together, and then I will leave you guys and see you when we're done. So now we're going to go ahead and remove all the screws except the one in the middle. You do want to make sure to save these as we're going to need them toward the end. So we're going to go ahead and grab our switch remover, and we're just going to squeeze the top and the bottom of the switch. There's two clips that just go in, and once you do that, you just want to go ahead and pull. So now we're just going to go ahead and unscrew that middle screw that we left from earlier. And now we're just going to go ahead and pull off the plate and set it aside. So now we're going to go ahead and use our keycap remover just to help us pull out the PCB plate. And then you're just going to go ahead and set that on the side for now. So here we're just going to take a piece of foam and layer it down on the bottom of the base. But before we do that, we're going to take any kind of tape that has a little bit of thickness to it, and we're just going to layer that on the bottom. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you just want to try and get it in between the spaces. So now we're going to put the foam on top of the tape that we put on the bottom of the base, and we're just going to layer it up. Once we're done with that, just set that to the side. Now grab that PCB board we set aside earlier, and we're going to put tape on the side with all the soldering on it. Now we're gonna make some holes through the tape, and I used a pen. You can use any thin, sharp object. Just poke the holes through and you're good to go. We're going to grab our base back and go ahead and put our modded PCB board back in the base. Now that that's done, just set that aside and we're going to move on to lubing our stabilizers and switches. This is the lubricant we use today, and we use the GPL 205. For this build, I went with the Akko Matcha Greens. Now grab that first plate that we set aside earlier when we first took apart the keyboard, and now we're going to remove the stabilizers. How you do that is as demonstrated. There's a clip at the top of the stabilizer. You just want to push that in and push up, and it should just pop out. Now to lubricate the stabilizers, you're just going to want to twist the housing off of this little rod, and it just falls apart. To lube the smallest piece that came out, you want to grab a tool that I have here to hold it by the top, or you can just use your fingers, whatever works for you. Then you're going to take your lubricant, don't put too much, and you're just going to want to lube all around the side of the piece. Now this is the bigger piece that fell out. This is called the housing. What you want to do is aim at the top of the inside of the housing and just get a little bit of lubricant in there and brush it down. And this is the rod that fell out. You want to go ahead and pretty heavily lube up the ends of this rod, and while you go up, you want to go just over the bend. Grab that plate from earlier once again, and you're gonna get a really thin piece of tape, just like so. Cut it up, and we are gonna put them where the top of the stabilizers hit so that it causes less rattle. Now we're going to place this plate back on the half of the keyboard we set aside earlier, and we're just going to put those screws back in we took out from the beginning. Now to put the stabilizers back in, we're just going to slide in the same way they came out and push them down, and they should just pop right in. Now we're going to take our switches, and you want to make sure they're the exact same amount of pins as the ones on the keyboard. Just align the pins and push them straight in until it clicks in. Now you just want to push down on the switches and get some lubricant and try and go around the edges on the walls and the inside of the housing. Now that we are done lubing up all the switches, everything is in place, the keyboard is basically ready to go. All we need to do now is put on the keycaps, and it's as easy as aligning them and pressing straight down. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Here is the sound test. And there we have it. It took us 4 hours, but we finally did it. Super happy with the outcome. And this is the official Mr. TechShop keyboard. If you guys think we should do a giveaway with it, let us know in the comments down below. That being said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave any comments for any suggestions you have for us, and we'll see you guys next time.